tell me, like I think we started what we did. I didn't remember. We have to start from here, the sustainable development part, I think. You wrote about sustainable development, check it once, or we have to start.
Ma'am, I guess I left early on Thursday.
Yeah, after that
So,
only I didn't teach something like not that much.
okay.
So
So
the last point just tell me.
yeah, I'll just tell you the last part. Just a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, ma'am. The last part was supply demand reversal environment.
Okay. So after this we completed this and we have to start from here itself. Okay, Mariam is here, so she'll tell the exact point. Okay. Heba is also here. Heba, what was the last topic we did?
Ma'am, I was absent.
Yes. Heba was absent. Okay. So Mariam, tell me what was the last topic we did? Okay. Okay. So I think we just wrote sustainable development. We have to start from here. Okay. So now today we have to start with this steps to attain sustainable development. Meaning. Okay, we did meaning. We have to start from here. Okay. I think we completed meaning, Mariam. Right? We have to start from next, right? Okay. Now steps to attain sustainable development. So there was a person, like a commission was there, which is Woodland Commission. They said, see, sustainable development is basically using the product for future, like future thing, right? For future generation. So what he focused that we should focus more on the future generation, right? And he said that at least we should leave the next generation to a stock of quality of life asset no less than what we have inherited, like whatever we got from our ancestor. We should make sure that our future generation should get the same. So what he said, the present generation can promote sustainable development through these are the steps. First, conservation and promotion of natural resources, prevention of the preservation of the regenerative capacity of the world natural ecological system, and avoiding the imposition of added cost or risk of future generation. Okay. And after that, these were the 3 points which he mentioned, the commission. But there was a person who is Harmley Delhi. Okay. He said basically, see, the other one, Brutland, what he said that he focused more on future, right? But Harlan said that lending environment economics to achieve sustainable. So he said that, see, you have the environment which we have taken, don't think like we got it. Just think like we have lent it from the future generation. Right? So we should do these things. First is that the limiting the human population to a level with the carrying capacity of the environment. So he said we should control the population. Second, there should be technological process should be input efficient and not the output consuming. So whatever technology you are using, that should be input efficient, not output input consuming, right? Plus, renewable resources should be extracted on a sustainable basis. That is, rate of extraction should not be exceed the rates of regeneration, right? He said use renewable resources but regenerate it. Like if you are using 4 trees, regenerate 10 trees, right? And plus if you are using non-renewable sources, then you should create them, because non-renewable resources take millions of years to form, right? So you should not exceed them the rate of creation. You are not creating them and you are continuously using them. Plus inefficiency arising from pollution should be corrected. So whatever problem are affecting, like coming out of pollution, they should be corrected. So these were basically the things which he mentioned. Okay. So you will quickly write down steps to attain sustainable development. Then first you write the Butler Commission emphasis on this, and then the present generation, these 3 points. Then you will write hashtag according to Humlis, this, and first point till here, second point, third point, fourth and fifth point. Clear? Today we'll just finish off this chapter. Okay.
Done, ma'am. Done, ma'am.
Okay. Now coming to next, what are the strategies for the sustainable development? Now, ma'am, everyone is saying sustainable development, sustainable. So how can we go for sustainable development? So first is use of non-conventional source of energy. So what should you do? You should use non-conventional source of energy, right? See, use thermal power plant, right? And second, it also, see what is happening over here. I'm saying you like there is a need that you should use non-conventional source of energy, right? Like non-conventional are basically those source of energy which you are not using from convention sources. It is like wood, coal. Non-conventional are the latest technology like thermal energy, solar energy like this. So first of all, what you can do, basically thermal power plants emit large quantities of carbon dioxide, which is a greenhouse gas. It also produces fly ash, which is not used properly, can cause of water bodies, pollution of water bodies, land and other components of the environment. Okay. Hydroelectricity project induce forest and interfere with the natural flow of water in catchment areas of the river basin. Okay, wind power and the solar rays are cleaner and greener energy sources, but are not yet been explored on a large scale due to lack of technological devices. Okay, so this is what you have to use. Second is LPG gobar gas in rural area. Okay, so household in rural areas generally use wood, dung cakes, and other biomass as a fuel. This practice has several adverse implications like deforestation, reduction in green coverage, wastage, and all that. Right. So therefore, what people should use? People should use LPG, gobar gas in rural areas. Okay. Second is CNG in urban areas. Right. So in Delhi, people should use CNG instead of using the petrol and all that. Right. So in Delhi, the CNG as a fuel of public transport system has significantly lowered air pollution, and the air has become cleaner in the last few years. Second is wind power. So what you use wind power. Fifth is solar power through photovoltaic cells, and then next is mini hydel plants. Okay. Then next is traditional knowledge and practices, and next is biocomposting, biopest control, and all that. Okay, now you must be wondering that, ma'am, why you have not explained everything in detail, right? So over here, what I will be doing, I'll be sharing you people the notes. Okay, so right now what you are going to make the short notes. Okay, so first of all, what you will write, you will just write this: strategies for sustainable development and all the points. Just point, use of this, use of like this. Then I'm just sharing you the detailed thing where everything is written in short. Okay, clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So what you will write, hashtag strategies of sustainable development first, second, third, all this. After every 30 seconds, I'll scroll it down. So quickly write down the names. Okay. Done, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So first of all, as over here, I already told you there are two types of energy resources. Okay. One is your conventional and one is your non-conventional. Okay. So let's just understand what is conventional source and what is non-conventional. So sources which you are using from longer period of time. Since long period of time, they are conventional source of energy, right? And the sources which are new to you, right? And which you cannot use due to lack of technology. For example, if you are burning a wood, you don't need any technology, right? But over here for non-conventional, you can easily burn that. So for conventional source, the problem is it causes pollution, limited supply is there, does not cause sustainable development, and the advantage for this is environmentally friendly, abundant supply leads to sustainable development. And over here, what are the advantage? They more use of technology easily available, right? See over here, you don't need any technology like that. Okay, and you can easily they are easily available. They are less used because lack of technology, right? So these are the advantage problem advantage. Okay. So you will quickly write it down. Then we'll start with the next topic, which is basically the factors that are like what are you the steps you should take in order to do the sustainable development. First, you will write hashtag different type source of energy, conventional like this. Okay, and after that we'll start. Students done?
Just a minute.
Okay, okay, do
Just
it.
a minute. Done.
Okay. Now let's just start one by one. Okay. First is use of non-conventional source of energy. As you already know that there are a lot of benefit of non-conventional source of energy, so you should go for this. So India is hugely dependent on thermal and hydropower plant to meet their power needs. Both these are adverse environment effect, right? So India is dependent on basically thermal and hydro energy, right? So and they have lot many, they are causing pollution, they have limited supply, they don't cause sustainable development. So many problem is there. So therefore, what government should do? Government should switch to non-conventional source of energies, right? And all this so that it will create it will solve the problem. Okay. Then coming to second one, LPG gobar gas in rural areas. So household in rural areas generally use wood, dung cakes, or other biomass as fuel. Okay, this practice has several adverse implications like deforestation, reduction in green coverage, wastage of this. To rectify this, situation subsidized LPG is provided and gobar gas plant are provided. So over here in rural area, basically what people are basically using cow dungs as a biomass, wood and all that, right? What they are doing, they are creating the problem, they are creating the pollution. So what government is doing, government is providing the LPG gas, the gas cylinder, the gobar gas and all that, so that pollution can be reduced and plus energy wastage is minimized. So again, this is a good idea. Then third one is change in urban area. See, in rural area they are using this LPG, gobar gases and all that, right? Because over there animals are there, so cow dungs and everything is there, right? But in CNG animals are not available and the cow dung is not available. So in CNG people are using CNG are in urban areas. Okay, so in Delhi the use of CNG as a fuel of a transport system has significantly lowered air pollution. It's not air fault, it's air pollution, and the air has become cleaner in the last year. Clear? So CNG is basically again a good thing for the sustainable development. The next is wind power. In the areas where the speed of wind is usually high, windmills can provide electricity without any adverse impact on the environment. Wind turbines move with the wind and electricity is generated. No doubt the initial cost is high, but the benefits are such that the high cost get easily absorbed. See, wind power basically, it's not possible to create to put wind power every like the everywhere, windmills and all that. Why? Because windmills can only be like you can say established there where the speed of wind is high. Because of that wind you will be producing electricity, and though you are producing electricity, it won't be causing any pollution, it won't be impacting the environment, right? Though see, establishing the windmills and all that, it is very expensive, but once you set up all this thing, then it become very easy to run that. The cost is very low, but starting cost is very high. So again, wind power is again a good thing that will protect our environment. And if you will protect your environment, you are automatically doing the sustainable development. Next is solar power through photovoltaic cells. So India is naturally endowed with a large quantity of solar energy. In India, you get abundance of solar energy, sunlight, right? We use it in different way. Like we use sunlight to get the clothes grain dried, right? Clothes grains dried and keep our body warm in winter, right? With the help of this photo UV cells. So solar energy can be converted into electricity. These cells use special kind of material to capture solar energy and then convert the energy into electricity. So though we are using sun for drying our clothes, like in winters we feel cold, so we sit and we take vitamin D from sun, right? So this energy is extremely useful for remote area and for the place where supply of power through grid and power lines is either not possible or power's very costly, right? So basically this energy, this solar panels and all that, where you can use in that areas where electricity is not reachable, right? So in rural areas, basically in India, what people are doing, because they are getting abundance of sunlight, right? So what they are doing basically over there, they have solar panels at their roof, okay, or at their verandas and all that, open in the garden and all that. So all time, like all the daytime, they take energy from the sun, and in right time they automatically start burning, like electricity glows up over there, right? Why? Because in the entire day they took the energy and now they are converting it into the electricity. And similarly in many areas, in road streets, they over there also, they like the government has done this. Solar panels are there, so automatically they take energy from sun in daytime, and whenever, like automatically they start burning or glowing when night appears, right? So these are the things which people, government is taking initiative. And also using sunlight solar panel is very, it's a good idea because it's not polluting your environment, plus it is providing you abundance of electricity. Then next is mini hydel plant. Mini hydel plants are basically, see, in mountainous region, stream can be found almost everywhere, right? Mountainous region, they have basically coldness, so stream is always there. So a large percentage of substream are perennial like all the seasons. Mini hydel plants use this energy such as steam to remove small turbines. The turbines generate electricity which can be used locally. Such power plants are more or less environment friendly and they do not use pattern in areas where they are located. They generate enough power to meet local demands, then show that how they can reduce the requirement of the large scale transmission towers and cable and avoid transmission losses. So basically these hydel power terminals are very very important. Why? Because somewhere they are providing, in mountainous areas it's not easy to set up large panels and all that. So this mini hydel plants are what they are providing. For the local areas, they are providing sufficient of energy where they can convert it into electricity, right? So again, an important one. Then next, traditional knowledge and practice. So traditionally, over here it's a typing error. So traditionally Indian people have been close to their environment. They have been move a component of environment and not its control. Okay, so they have just shifted from one component to another, but of course environment is controlling everywhere, right? So with the sudden outset of the western system of treatment, we are ignoring our traditional system, just like Ayurveda, Unani, Tibetan and folk system. Nowadays every cosmetic producer, hair products, toothpaste, body lotions, face wash, not is herbal in composition. Not only these products are environment friendly, they are relatively free from side effect and do not large scale industrial and chemical processing, do not need large scale. So over here what they are doing, first of all, it's not about only using electricity, it's about like the product which we are using right now, chemical product, the hair washes, face wash and all that. Of course they are being prepared in the industries and they are causing a lot of pollution and the wastage, right? But our traditional, like the neem and all that, they were the natural ingredient, right? People are ignoring this. So now if you want to do the sustainable development, instead of focusing to the western technology, you should focus on your traditional knowledge. right? And then next is biocomposting. Biocomposting is very important in our quest to increase the agriculture production. During the last few decades or so, we almost today neglected the use of compost and completely switched to our chemical fertilizers. See, biocomposting is basically what people do, the dung and all that of cow, buffalo and all that. What they do, they mix it with the soil, and instead of using any chemical fertilizer and all that, they are using this. Okay, so again, this is a good thing. Okay, so what recently what we are doing, we are ignoring all these things and we are using this, right? So what now we should do, instead of focusing on the fertilizers and all that, right, we should focus on that, like the biocomposting and all that. Why? Because if we are using fertilizers, chemical fertilizers and all that, it is automatically harming our environment, right? So again, we cannot do sustainable development. Water bodies including groundwater system have suffered due to chemical contamination. Now over here, if you are growing crop, right, over here you are using the chemical thing, rain will come and somewhere they will, like the chemicals and all that, it will be washed away and automatically it will seep to the ground, right? So the groundwater will be poisonous, right, because it has chemical contamination, right? So and in different parts also, like what should people do, people should start producing dung, and it will, like, because they are the important fertilizer, and soil container earthworm can convert organic matter into compost faster than the normal composting process, and this process is now being widely used. Now people knew the importance of this process, and now instead of using chemical fertilizers, pesticides and all that, people are focusing more on bio composting. Automatically it is biodegradable. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now biopest control. So now what is happening over there? Pesticides are basically the insect which harm the plant and all that. So with the advent of green revolution, the entire country entered to the freezy to use more and more chemical pesticides for higher yield. So now when green revolution came, everyone switched to the different thing, that okay, we will be growing more and more plant, and somewhere plants were cutting off their, like destroying their crops and all that. So they were using pesticides. So it was very good for them. So now whatever product, for example, this is my crop and over there I use pesticides. So when the crop, like when I will harvest that crop, of course the chemicals are still there, right? So the product which we are getting are contaminated. Soil also get contaminated, water bodies and even groundwater all get contaminated, right? So water was polluted with the pesticides. Even milk, meat and fishes were contaminated to be contaminated. So over there there's a crop or the grass, right? Some maybe cow will come and cow will eat the grass, right? So automatically those pesticides, those chemicals will enter inside the cow, and whenever the cow will be supplying us milk, that milk will also be a poisonous or contaminated, right? So meet this challenge, what they are basically people are doing, people are using biopest control. Okay, mixed cropping and growing different crop in consecutive year on the same level have also helped the people. So people are using biopest control, they are using the natural ways instead of using the chemicals to control the pest. Clear? Students, clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what you will do, you will take screenshot for all this and you will cover it after, like just write it down in your notebook. From the next class, we'll start with the next topic and the important topic. Okay, quickly take the screenshot.
Done, ma'am.
Done, ma'am.
Can you scroll up?
Sorry. 7th point.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay.
Done.
Done now.
Done, students.